In April 1994, the world lost Kurt Cobain, a voice of rebellion silenced by his own hand at just 27. Millions felt the weight of that moment. You may remember November 24th, 1991. Freddie Mercury passed just one day after revealing he had AIDS. His voice stopped, but his legend never did. The morning of September 18th, 1970, Jimi Hendrix was found in a London flat, just 27. He redefined the guitar. Then he was gone. When Layne Staley was finally found in April 2002, he had already been dead for days. A cult icon, alone in a condo full of silence. Shannon Hoon died on his tour bus in 1995, while Blind Melon was on the road. He was 28. His baby daughter would never know him. Michael Hutchence was found hanging in his hotel room in Sydney, November 1997. INXS fans were shattered. His daughter was just a toddler. Mark Bolan's car hit a tree in southwest London in 1977. Glam rock's poet was gone at 29, the same year he was planning his next tour. Chris Cornell played a show in Detroit in May 2017. Hours later, he was found dead in his hotel room. The grunge generation wept again. John Lennon was shot on a cold night in December 1980 outside his New York apartment. The world stood still. And just ahead, a frontman found hanging, a guitarist lost mid-tour, and a scream that shook arenas. David Bowie died in January 2016, just days after releasing Black Star. He said goodbye exactly the way he lived, on his own terms. In March 1982, during a Florida tour stop, Randy Rhoads died in a plane crash at 25. His guitar work changed rock forever, in just a few years. Scott Weiland was found on his tour bus in 2015. The voice of STP was 48. Fame, addiction, and isolation had followed him to the end. February 1980, Bon Scott was found lifeless in a friend's car after a night of heavy drinking. AC/DC lost its voice and never fully replaced it. On July 20th, 2017, Chester Bennington died by suicide in his home. It was Chris Cornell's birthday. The connection shattered fans. Keith Moon overdosed in 1978 on the very pills meant to help him stay sober. The Who's explosive drummer was just 32. Coming up, The River took one, heroin another, and one loss still feels unsolved. Jeff Buckley drowned in the Mississippi River in 1997. He was 30. One album, one unforgettable voice, gone in a flash. Steve Clark of Def Leppard died in 1991 after years of alcohol abuse. He was only 30 and never saw the band's next rise. John Bonham died in 1980 after a day of drinking and never waking up. Led Zeppelin disbanded shortly after. He was just 32. In February 1979, Sid Vicious overdosed at 21, days after making bail for his girlfriend's murder. The Sex Pistols' Fire burned out fast. RHCP's original guitarist, Hillel Slovak, died in 1988 from a heroin overdose. He was 26. His style shaped the band's DNA. Pete Ham of Badfinger took his life in 1975. He was 27, misled and betrayed by his management. Without You was still on the charts. If these stories move you, like and subscribe to Wayback Club to keep their memory alive. Tim Buckley died of a heroin overdose in 1975 at just 28. His son Jeff would follow a tragically similar path. Phil Lynott of Thin Lizzy passed in 1986 after collapsing from years of addiction. He was only 36. Ireland mourned for weeks. Brad Delp of Boston died by suicide in 2007. The note he left behind said only, "I am a lonely soul." In March 2022, Taylor Hawkins died suddenly in Colombia while touring with Foo Fighters. He was 50, full of life, and missed terribly. A motorcycle crash ended Duane Allman's life in 1971. He was 24, just 2 years into becoming a legend. Greg Allman died in 2017 from liver cancer. At 69, he carried the pain of losing his brother Duane decades earlier. Tom Petty died of an accidental overdose in 2017, just days after wrapping up a sold-out 40th anniversary tour. He was 66. Joe Cocker died in 2014 from lung cancer at 70. That voice, raw and full of soul, never came again. Richie Edwards disappeared in 1995. Declared legally dead in 2008, his absence still haunts Manic Street Preachers fans. Johnny Thunders was found dead in a New Orleans apartment in 1991. He was 38. No one really knows what happened. Benjamin Orr of The Cars passed from pancreatic cancer in 2000. His cool voice on Drive never left the airwaves. Joey Ramone died in 2001 from lymphoma. He was 49, punk's gentle giant, gone too soon. George Harrison passed in 2001. A quiet death after a quiet career, but felt everywhere. Alex Chilton of Big Star died of heart failure in 2010. He was 59. Indie legends everywhere felt the loss. Eric Carr, Kiss's beloved drummer, passed in 1991 at 41 from heart cancer. Fans still honor him every year. Ronnie Van Zant died in a plane crash with other members of Lynyrd Skynyrd in 1977. He was just 29. Eddie Van Halen died in 2020 from cancer at 65. One of the greatest guitarists to ever live, and now to ever be missed. If these names brought back memories, consider liking the video and subscribing. It's one small way to honor them.